Hello, I'm former journalist and political campaigner Phil Doherty, and this is Politics Unravelled. Please give the video a like and subscribe on the way in, as it helps the channel enormously. The fact that Police Scotland has hidden the reasons why it did not pursue Sturgeon over the missing INDYREF ring-fenced cash is disturbing. And while it's true the decision is down to the Procurator Fiscal whether someone is prosecuted, the whole affair stinks to high heavens. You see, it reeks of political, well, at least potential political interference at a high level, and whether it's true or not, it's still concerning. If it isn't, then both the cops and the prosecutors should tell the public, who employ them, the evidence of Sturgeon's and the SNP's innocence. If Sturgeon is innocent, then the proof should be laid bare in front of the public. Her name should be cleared publicly, or otherwise the public are not going to trust either the police or the Procurator Fiscal. She may well be innocent, but that's the point. The way this has actually been handled is shrouding the entire episode in secrecy and suspicion. And that really is, though I'm not particularly inclined to help Sturgeon, you understand, is not fair on Nicola Sturgeon herself. Because at the moment, there is a lack, or at least a huge question mark, hanging over her. A question mark brought by prosecutors and its lack of transparency with the Scottish public. You see, this is not actually going to go away, despite what the SNP, the police and the Procurator and the Fiscal seem to think. No one's buying Swinney's attempt to draw a line under it. It isn't going to work. You see, the whole affair, it just stinks too much for that to happen. And it's not just unionists that want answers, it's the SNP people who support us, donated money to the SNP. They are rightly angry. You see, they did not complain about the missing SNP funds. They complained about the missing ring-fenced Indy cash, not about money that disappeared beforehand. Whatever Murrell did in 2010 has no bearing on what the independent supporters asked. If the SNP spent it on other things, that's illegal. They promised not one farthing will be spent on anything else except for an independence referendum, and that hasn't happened. And it clearly wasn't. I mean, it clearly was spent on SNP's own political benefit. But this is not why this cash was given by Indy supporters. It was given on the basis it would be spent specifically on an INDYREF2, an INDYREF2 that hasn't happened and isn't going to happen. The fact that it's just disappeared, apparently without a trace, is not all down to Murrell. The party, fooling its own supporters, spent it on other things. John Swinney admitted this in Holyrood. And why has the Fiscal, Procurator and the police not investigated this? It was the original complaint by Indy supporters. Because, as a journal, I can tell you, if this was done by a political party in England, the police and Crown Prosecution Service would not have let that go. And this is the problem with Scotland, where we have the ridiculous situation where the head of the Prosecution Service is also a member of the Scottish Government. This cannot be allowed to continue. This has to end as it is, so the public can actually have some faith in its institutions. Otherwise, Scotland is as bent as a South American banana republic. There must be separation between the executive and prosecutors. That is the only true democratic solution there is. No true democratic country can have the head of the prosecution also a member of a government. The conflict of interest is just too great to allow that to continue. And another point, do you really believe any of this would have come to a light in an independent Scotland under the current system? Because as a journal for decades, this whole situation stinks. It stinks of political corruption, never mind financial corruption. So where is the Indy cash that was raised? The ring-fenced Indy cash, because ring fence has a political meaning. It has a meaning in law. So where did it go? Murrell was light fingered before it was even raised. And no matter how much the SNP wishes the whole affair to go away, it isn't going to go away, because the original question has still to be answered. Where is the ring-fenced, a legal term, IndyRef money? Because the original complaint by Indy supporters wasn't about what Murrell nicked in 2010. It was about what happened to the £667,000 raised as ring-fenced money for INDYREF2. Remember, ring-fenced is a legal term, meaning it can't be touched for other purposes. So where's the money? Where did it go? Because it wasn't just Murrell who swiped it, regardless of what the SNP wants people to believe. The word ring-fenced is a legal term for fundraising. It means you cannot use it for party uses. Where's the Indy cash? Indy's supporters and unionists want to know, and the SNP attempting to cover up is just not going to work. As I've said, and I'll say it again, ring fence is a legal term, meaning the money cannot be used for other purposes. If the SNP has spent this money on its offices or its day-to-day running, that, okay, is a breach, not okay, of the law. Where's the ring-fenced cash? And why did the police and the prosecutors not pursue this? Is it any wonder donating Indy supporters are livid? You cannot blame them. I'd be livid if I'd not give £500 for a cause of kid, other than the party swiped it and used it for something else, so it wouldn't be angry. I mean, the only answer is that they were conned, and not just by the SNP, but by the entire system. Make them no mistake about this. This has been viewed by most people as political corruption by the Scottish Government, whether it's true or whether it isn't. Now, whether it's actually factually true or not, the fact is, this is not going to actually go away, despite what the authorities think, because the whole affair stinks. It stinks to high heavens. It's as rotten as a dead fish, a sturgeon, lying in the midday summer sun.